Someone else bought. Are you all right?
I've just got nut in my throat. Seed.
Sorry.
I thought it was seeds.
Well, it's a nut, technically. Not a tree nut, I guess, but
Is it a seed or a nut?
it's a... Is a nut not a seed,
I'm
though?
just trying to get you to talk. I'm sorry.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is just the intro, not the actual show.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's our first sponsorship. If anybody wants to sponsor us with Red Bull, we would accept that as well.
David's sunflower seeds.
And there goes the share.
Oh, I need to do that, right?
Yeah, you
Oh,
should.
all right. First time. Do I just share with everybody?
First time long.
Yeah, just share like a post to your thing.
But
and
what if
write-
they don't want to see it? I have to post?
Yeah, you share it as a post.
How do I do that?
Hit share.
Okay.
Find the video.
Yeah, I see it. I'm
Joe,
sharing
Share.
it.
If you're listening to this, do the same.
Yeah, hold on. I'm
Hit the
sharing it.
Hit the share button, and then you can
Yeah.
write a comment saying, "Hey, we're live. Come chat with us," or whatever you want to say, and then you just hit send. And then I'm gonna go.
I'll Venmo $10 whoever can make Josh mad.
Wait, I made him mad earlier. Can I get that $10?
I heard a
No.
weird sound.
Has to be someone off Facebook.
Ow.
You good? Wait, and then just hit share now?
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, did you write a comment with it first?
Yeah, I said, hey, check out Podbless. We're live.
So, I got a friend, apparently like 21 Pilots did some movie theater release.
No,
Oh.
Joey. Sorry.
Why don't I not know about this?
I don't know, but it's like a movie theater screening of some like behind the scenes stuff.
Sick.
I don't know, it looks pretty cool.
Very cool.
Joey, switch to multi-stream.
Oh yeah, so we can see comments because I know
Thank
Chris
you.
is already talking.
8 viewers. Hey, guys. You're
8?
almost there. We're just counting
Holy
down.
cow! That's got to be from last week.
No, that's it.
I'm just joking, man.
Share.
Calm
Do
down.
things. What Josh is saying.
Oh, I gotta turn my phone down.
I'm so bad at Facebook.
You're bad at a lot of things, buddy. Don't.
I'm good at some things, though.
I said a lot. I didn't say every. Gotta go to our.
No, I'm digging that sunflower ASMR right there.
That really gets me going.
Yeah.
Got me riled up. I tell you what.
Oh, people are following. Stuff is happening.
Dude, yeah.
Whoa, guys.
I told you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 people, 16 people just followed.
We told
Just
you
now.
forever ago how
Ma-
this works.
Maybe I
Joey-
should have been doing this.
Joey's like,
I mean-
Facebook.
Yeah.
You have the most Facebook friends in the room, and then you do that.
Yeah, he sure does.
No,
I
next
don't.
week it's your turn.
I don't get on Facebook.
Hello,
I don't
people.
care. Even better.
Welcome to Podbless. We'll get started
Do you
in
think
1
Joey
minute and
does?
53 seconds.
Tell you what.
Joey, don't scare him.
I tell you what.
Tara just now followed.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure,
because she never knew to. Now she's like, oh, hey, this is a thing.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I don't even follow it.
Pastor Derek wants to know if we're giving away gas money.
Of course.
We're accepting it. Yes, yes.
Joey is.
You send your donation to us, and we will quote unquote give it away.
You send us your bank account.
Yeah.
We'll make sure it gets there.
Hey, Brad, you should
16
not,
viewers.
Brad should not listen to the podcast and then go in his garage and start working on things.
I need you to finish that awesome vehicle for me, Bradford. Don't talk about it because it's going to be a surprise.
Well, you just brought it up on a giant platform of 16 viewers.
I know, right?
Rock on, man.
I said that like 30
Christian-
seconds ago.
Christian rock.
Pastor Derek said he has Venmo, so we can.
Hey, we'll pay for your gas if you come up and be on the show.
Yeah, Chris, you need to come be on the show in studio, dude. You're like an hour away.
Spicy queso.
Spicy queso.
You have spicy queso sunflowers?
Dude, thank
Welcome
you.
to Podbless, Joey.
I didn't see the spicy queso flavor.
Yeah, man.
Goodness.
I remember my first time on a podcast.
He makes,
I hope I hit all the right buttons here. We got some people around.
Unfortunately, we remember your first time on the podcast. It wasn't very good.
Yeah.
I like it out. We were out in the hallway and Ben was like, "Oh, you got seeds, man?" And I was like, "Do I have seeds?" I was like, Ben, come in here for a second. He's like, "Holy crap!"
You're like
man."
that guy from Hercules, the animated, where he went looking for a watch. You guys want to buy a watch? He's got sundials.
Oh yeah,
It was funny.
it is.
My favorite Disney
I'm
movie.
sure it was.
Actually, like second favorite. Aladdin's probably
I'm
favorite.
actually going to email like the company and see if I can get like a sponsorship deal.
Do it.
It's literally easy.
Do it on behalf of us.
Have we,
We are up to 30 viewers on Facebook.
sick.
Welcome.
All right, yeah. Hey, have we ranked Disney yet?
Oh, exploding watermelon.
Oh, we blew up. Let's do this.
Mute me. Hello, and welcome to the Podbless podcast with three dads who are involved in church ministry where one is a full-time minister, the other is a volunteer, and one is a veteran of both.
This podcast will deal with the interaction between our faith and our day-to-day lives.
With a few fun segments in between.
I'm Joey.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Brett.
And this is Podbless.
What is going on, people?
Hey.
Hey, look at our bright selves.
Yeah, you guys really got the memo tonight.
Yeah, and it's hot in here. That AC is
Right?
not
Yeah,
working.
it's creeping its way over here.
Yeah, something's creeping. Oh, hey, Noah.
I hope nobody else is in this building because they could hear.
Oh, yeah, I was shouting a lot.
Josh is excited tonight.
Yeah, sorry.
He's hyped up.
I do like to take pride in being the ne'er-do-well.
He
Oh,
had
nice.
4 Red Bulls before we started.
Not 4.
How many Red Bulls do you think you could drink before it killed you?
4. What's up, Floyd? Ain't seen you in a bit, bud. How you been?
I think 3.
Back from my hometown.
Yeah, I think I could make 3,
You could make 3.
and then I would be
Dustin Hammond.
struggling.
Yeah,
but welcome.
Dustin, we should hang out sometime. He's one of my old youth group boys.
Oh, nice. Cool.
He's a full-on grown-up man.
Is he down in Turkey Creek?
No, he's down in Tejas, I do believe.
I have no clue where that is.
Tejas, Texas? Yeah, I think you know.
Is that a town in Texas?
No, it's another way to say Texas, man.
I've never heard anyone do that.
Tejas.
I'm sorry.
But no, he's like an oil rigger now.
Oh, nice. That's like serious money.
Yeah, he runs the oil.
Right in those seeds, your beard is catching all the flakes. It just stays in them.
That's how you know it's time to trim.
Yeah, right. For real.
Dang,
Yeah.
we're getting blowed up, man.
Yeah. So huge storm tonight. We were worried that we were going to get knocked out. We lost electricity one time here at the church. I heard there. No, a softball size hail.
Golf ball.
Golf ball. That's way different.
You said
You
softball.
said softball.
Yeah.
I smell a liar.
Man, wow. He's got a little exaggeration in him over there. But yeah,
Face.
big storm, nasty storm, wind, rain, all that stuff. But we're here. We survived so far
Yeah.
because
There
we're
could be
like
another
round
round.
2 or 3 coming. So
We didn't know the first round was coming.
um,
Oh, not right now. Leg broken in 4 places.
oh,
Sorry to hear
that is a risky job. Maybe he did it on the work site.
Yeah,
you
that's
never know.
that might be a story.
You should start a podcast.
Or join ours if you have a good story for that. I mean, we're always looking for good injury stories,
Dang,
right?
man, 4 places. I've still never broken a bone.
I have
Really?
I have a topic. I'm going to surprise you guys with it. Okay?
I'm so glad Pastor Derek is watching right now. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You shouldn't say hail.
I'm allowed to. I'm not employed by a church anymore. I don't think I ever really was employed by a church. They always let me around, though.
Josh, you working at the church and stealing from the food pantry is not.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
It's
Yeah.
not stealing. I was
But-
hungry.
They paid me in groceries.
Yeah. If you happen to be joining us for the first time tonight, or maybe the first time in the last few weeks, we sat down multiple years ago. Josh and I started talking about starting a podcast. I did not. Josh did. He started a separate one, Well Daggum Podcast. Check it out.
Yep.
A little different than this one, but still good.
Better, man.
But eventually, he got it. We started. COVID happened. We started a lot of live stream and a lot of alternative ways to connect with people through at the church.
Yeah.
And we got a bit of a studio set up here, and Josh had the know-how, and we kind of talked and said, "Hey, why don't we start this thing?" And so our dream was that we would create a podcast where people could come in and be real, but also be real with their faith as well. So like. There's a middle ground out. It seems like every podcast is either totally faith-based, where all they ever talk about is the Bible, which is, I love the Bible, don't get me wrong. Or it's the flip side, where it's just the nastiest, raunchiest content.
Boring.
Yeah, right. And there's no middle ground. And so we decided we wanted to try to make a new path into some middle ground there, where it could be some spiritually based stuff as well as just fun, random stuff. I think one time we talked about weirdest places we've ever gone to the bathroom.
That was one.
Yeah. And then last week we were talking about, can people actually change? Is there, and I thought that was a great discussion there. So it we hit all across the board, but
Because he came up with that discussion. It was the best one we've ever had, I think.
ever.
Pretty sure.
You're welcome.
Whoever came up with that was a genius.
Yeah. But that's kind of what we're striving to do here. We're glad you joined us here. Tell your friends about it. What does Pat McAfee say on his podcast? If you like it, share it, tell your friends about it. If you don't, then act like it never happened.
That's true.
I think that's
true.
funny. But let's do this thing before the lightning knocks us out, huh?
Are you done talking now? We don't need to be done. Josh looks kind of real. Just kidding.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
It might have been typo.
That's okay.
But I do. He's right. I do look real.
You look real to me.
Yeah,
if all of a
that's
sudden
true.
I found out right now you weren't real, I'd have a problem. That would mess me up.
Dang. We dropped back down to our regular viewership. Let's get this show kicked off.
That number is slow. So that number's usually lower, but whatever. Don't stare at it the whole show. It'll be fine, I
I
promise.
can't help myself.
You want me to block it?
No.
I'll block it right
Don't
now.
block it. I want to see it.
Okay, here we go.
Sit down and listen up to what Joey's got to say.
Boom. Okay, I want to pop this thing off here, start us up. As I said earlier, big storm tonight. A lot of stuff happened. And when I was a kid, I used to be absolutely terrified of storms. I am talking about, like, I remember vividly being 8 or 10 years old, pulling up to a baseball practice and, like, not getting out of my parents' vehicle because there was, and I'm serious, there was one cloud in the sky. What's happening?
Just keep talking. We're
Sorry.
good.
Oh,
We're
thank
listening.
you, Chris, for the heads up. Go Celtics. They did that last game and blew it, so tell me what the score is if you can. But I was totally irrationally afraid of it. One cloud in the sky, and it covered the sun just for a second and blew past, and I would not get out of the car. And I waited until it passed, and I got out. If it stormed, I would panic, and all of a sudden one day, I don't know what happened, I randomly switched from being terrified of them, and now I'm that guy that like wants to stand outside and watch it. And people are like, you should probably come inside now. Like,
But
you know.
look what it's doing. It's starting to twist.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And so I've totally flipped on that now, which is weird to think about. But it was a total irrational fear. Not irrational, like storms are bad, but I wasn't even afraid of storms. I was just afraid of a cloud, you know?
Yeah.
And so I thought that kind of took my brain down the path of, do you guys have any irrational fears? Things that you know you shouldn't be afraid of, things that you know are not a threat to you, but you're still terrified of them.
Yes.
Okay, well, go ahead. That was quick. What you got?
Nothing.
My top 3.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like 2 of them aren't really irrational.
Hold on. If you're gonna do a top 3, I need to get out the fanfare. Okay, go ahead. Top 3.
Well, like 2 of them aren't irrational. Like it's airplanes and spiders.
Whoa. One at a time.
Airplanes.
Too late. No, he's
Spiders.
talking about spiders on an airplane.
Oh, is that what you meant?
Oh, that'd be a nightmare.
You can't get away from them.
There's nowhere to go.
But my
What was your other?
irrational
Wait,
one,
say spiders again.
spiders. Can I go for the third one? You ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
hit me.
yeah.
Third one's nuns.
Wait.
You should have saved that one.
Catholic nuns?
Nuns.
What? Do you know why?
They're freaky.
We're going to unpack that.
Yeah, I'd like to. Did you
Like,
ever go to a
so-
Catholic church?
No, but I.
Okay.
I think it stems from when I was younger. I forget the name of the movie. It was like a bank heist movie.
Purge?
Brad, I'm tired of these Monday to Friday spiders on this Tuesday to Wednesday plane. If you've seen the TV version of that movie, you'd understand that reference.
Yeah, I don't.
Snakes in a
What?
plane.
Go ahead.
There's a movie. It's about a bank heist or something.
Oh, were those masks?
Yeah, the nun mask and like.
Wasn't
Oh,
The Purge or
that was a Boston movie. It was.
it was
yeah,
the
it was-
accountant.
Yeah. That was sketchy. That was sketchy.
Well, like it's all the previews, and I remember like I was younger, and I was in bed one night, and it just popped up, and I was alone.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
I don't know.
So it is rooted in some. Yeah. He said skid steer buckets. Does he mean that like to irrational fear? Because recently.
I think that's what broke his leg in 4 places.
Oh no. You should be afraid of that.
Recall back to that conversation.
It is hard for people when they operate those vehicles to see where they're going. So I do have a bit of a fear when I'm anywhere close to them there because sometimes they get locked in on the project they're on.
Yeah.
And so our builder accidentally, I'm getting a new push mower because he accidentally ran it over with his skid steer. And so he's replacing it. So that's cool.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
Irrational fears. Noah, that was 3 of them. Thank you. That was good. Spiders? Any spider? Or are we talking like, does it have to be of
Yeah,
substance?
I don't even like daddy long legs.
Pastor Derek. You don't like daddy long legs, even though they can't hurt
He's
you at
on
all.
fire.
Not, isn't it a thing where daddy long legs could be the most poisonous spiders?
Is that a wives' tale?
I don't
They
know.
say they're the most poisonous, but they don't have fangs
But
big
yeah,
enough
like,
to
they
actually
can't-
bite you
they
with.
can't
If
do
someone had a
anything to
computer, we could probably look up whether
I
it's
know.
You know
rat
what?
or
I
cat.
will
there's
go
a guy
ahead
with
and
one
look
job
that up.
over here.
All right, you guys talk then.
We've always said that they are the most poisonous spider in the world, but you can't.
Is it
get
because
bit.
there's so many of them?
They do not have venom glands, fangs, or any other mechanisms for chemically subduing their food. Therefore, they do not have injectable venom. Some have defensive secretions that may be toxic to small animals if ingested. So the daddy longlegs deadly tail is just that, a tail.
Still doesn't
Clearly
count.
foul.
Wow, that was a really quick ending to that story.
You're welcome.
I'll keep telling people.
What
it's
did
real.
people do before?
The internet?
Yeah, I know encyclopedias, but like that couldn't happen that fast.
I think things were a lot more blissful because
You could just ignorance.
ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss.
What do you guys got? I want to hear the old,
Oh yeah, what's your
What-
irrational? Did you just call us old?
old people fears.
I'm laughing at Dustin and my mom talking in the
I just
comments.
saw that your mom's gonna. Yeah,
Dustin was like, I remember Josh's first sermon. What was my first sermon, Dustin? I don't remember my first sermon.
Oh, Chris, that's a good one, but that's not irrational. Chris said being alone and dark at the church.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not irrational. I saw a CSI Miami one time where the dude was cleaning the church, which I've done and do all the time.
Sure you
And he was cleaning the church and he turned the lights on like for the sanctuary,
Yeah.
and a guy had been murdered in the church and they found him like nailed to the wall. And he's the one that found them there. Yeah.
nailed to the wall.
Yes, and that has scared me forever. So now I just don't turn the lights on.
That's, well, you might miss some spots. It's probably why everybody complains about the church being so dirty.
Maybe that's why I'm not the clean air guy anymore.
You should go open up the youth room fridge. That thing hasn't been cleaned out in over a year.
If you leave the door closed, it's not a problem.
There's a
Yeah.
dead teen in there.
That's not funny, Brett.
You should just make it a game. Let the kids like, who could clean the first shelf off the best?
Get some ice
Well,
cream.
you
We have
did.
ice cream in there if you guys want one after this.
It's just
No,
got a
we're gonna
little.
drink
Just
the-
scrape the mold off.
Flaming hot Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah, if y'all haven't had Flaming Hot Mountain Dew yet, you need to do it once, but probably not after that.
We'll have to send somebody out there to grab it for the end of the show.
You were
If
talking about God speaking everything into existence. It was in the 6th grade.
Wow.
Is he right?
He was 6th grade. I wasn't.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Just a little Josh 6th grader. Guys, all this stuff, God, man.
We're going to get into that in a minute.
Yeah. Literal or irrational fears. What else you got?
You got anything?
My biggest fear, I don't know if it's irrational or not, is snakes.
Snakes.
Any snake.
I
Any
feel-
snake.
So that's where it
like,
becomes irrational. So like a garden snake, like that's not, they just pinch you when they bite. There's no venom. Like that's
Yes.
probably irrational.
Nah, screw
But
that.
if I had one right now, like this size, like this big, and I launched it in your direction, like you would freak out.
I would move and then step on it and kill it for real.
Yeah. So you would commit murder.
I've called many a snake by hand.
Yeah.
It's very like. Have you've seen Bam Margera, right? Like
Oh,
his
yeah.
fears.
Oh,
Yes.
The one in the van.
It's crippling.
That's me. That's like me. Like if I were around a snake, it would be
I'll remember
that
that.
bad.
It's a good thing to know. about
Remember the Joey had the one.
I had the wooden one.
Yeah, and I wanted to break it.
It looked real, and I remember like if I picked it up, you would freak out. Like it was bad.
you.
it
Yeah,
was pretty
I've
bad.
caught a lot of black snakes and garter snakes and
Yeah.
stuff. And
I would be terrible now if I moved to an area where there were actually a lot of poisonous snakes, because like if I see a snake, I'll just pick him up and toss him. It doesn't bother
well,
me.
that's like where Dustin and I grew up. Like, dude, copperheads, rattlesnakes,
Yeah.
like, all the time.
Yeah.
You just had to like watch where you're going. And up here, it's so hard to get used to not having any venomous
There's
snakes.
not anything like a brown recluse is probably the thing you have to worry about the most, and there's not even a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like it's a pretty sweet area, but
This is how I knew I have the perfect job, because they were like, hey, when you're cutting the grass, there's gonna be snakes out there down by the river. I'm like, okay, just run them over. I'm like, great.
like
sounds
yes,
awesome.
yes.
They crawl up in the engine and get me.
You had a snake you put around your neck called Frank.
Yeah. Yeah. Frank was a cool dude.
I love when our families watch watch our shows. Floyd doesn't like snakes either, Brett.
Yeah.
Any other irrational fears? Anything else?
I don't think so.
Because I have irrational fears, like real, actual scary things. You know, like
Yeah.
being abandoned. You know, like
Death.
The
fear of death.
there's a fear there. There's like an unknown of it.
You're
you
not,
know.
You're not old enough yet. One couple more years, and you'll be like, oh God.
And then I feel like
That's
you go through that part, and then you get even older, and you're like, okay, come on, just bring it on. Like having to scratch he's right. Pastor Derek says if you have to scratch an itch that you might not be comfortable scratching in front of people in a public place, like how do you handle that?
Just go for it.
Do you just go for it?
Yeah, and if somebody gets offended, then you're like, oh, I'm sorry.
I
didn't
do a
know."
dance. I act like I'm dancing.
Yeah, I've definitely done that.
Just kind of move around. Where
Yeah,
my
sometimes
clothes
you just
rub
got to
against
do
the
it.
itch.
Brad says an irrational fear of decapitation. Josh, when I saw him mad the first time, like actually mad.
Oh,
So when you get mad, that people are afraid of you.
not anymore.
Brittany, we're talking about irrational fears. She just walked in on the itching part.
Wrong part of the show. Sorry
Anything else, Brett?
every time I get sick, I'm dead. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, you do the classic male thing of like your will is already put out. And,
The main
tell my
conclusion.
children I love them.
Yeah.
give me a
it's
kiss
like-
because I'm not going to be here
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah. It's like, dude, you have the cold. You have a common cold. Relax.
We
You're
should
gonna
go
be
to
fine.
Frisch's. It might be my last time. That's what your grandma used to say all the time.
Yeah. Chris said an irrational fear of being alone with me in a room. Thanks, Chris. Really love you there,
I feel
bud.
that.
You did try to trap Ben in here before he left.
I can't trap him anywhere. Let's be
Well,
honest.
you're starting to.
Yeah. I mean, if I wanted to, I could. But
My irrational fear, I think, is like protecting my family. I have a lot of irrational.
that's not. Okay. You're gonna
Like
go on
I
that.
create scenarios in my head of like we went on a walk the other day and left the garage door open.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, clowns? You're afraid of clowns?
No, I think she's calling
Wait.
us that.
You didn't know she's afraid of clowns? Oh, this is great. My dad's afraid of clowns too. Any clown. Doesn't matter. Happy clown, sad clown, scary clown, all
Your
of them.
dad's afraid of tunnels.
He's claustrophobic beyond belief. He won't drive. He doesn't like to drive through tunnels, like even if you need to. Like he freaks out.
Yeah,
It's-
Kelly, can you clarify? Are you calling us clowns or are you afraid of clowns?
Or both.
She's afraid of us clowns.
Yeah. Brittany said spiders. Noah was on spiders too. So give me the craziest scenario you've made up
So just the
for
other day,
defending your family. Yeah.
just the other day, right? I keep, like I said, I keep guns, but I don't keep them like nearby. I always have them up in a
Well, yeah,
safe
you have
place.
kids, so you got to keep.
But
Yeah.
but I have like baseball bats and like real solid like pieces of wire or something laying around in different places. I'll never tell.
Wire.
Like if you get a thick
She's a
piece of like
blast.
copper wire with the rubber around it still, like it's a heavy beating tool.
I was picturing you with small wire sneaking up behind a criminal and like no,
Nunchuck.
like doing the like behind and grabbing his neck and like just strangling him slowly while you're going shh.
Piano wire, yeah.
Okay.
But no, like, so I keep stuff around just in case I need to grab something to be like, knock a dog in the head or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a person, whatever. So we go on a walk. The garage door's open, the front door's unlocked, and we have all the kids with us, and we leave with the dog and everything.
Oh, you got to clear the house when you come home,
Well, we did. Well, that was the thing.
right?
We go on the walk, and I'm like, oh, what did you do with my keys? She's like, I left them inside. And we said it loud enough to where I was like, in my head, automatically, I was like, somebody could have heard us say that. So we go on the walk. We're having a good time. We get back, and I'd seen a neighbor that was kind of like, I don't know him very well, and he's kind of sketchy. And he drove through the neighborhood we were walking in, and he doesn't live in that neighborhood. And I was like, why was he driving over here?
No, I pay attention to that kind of stuff.
And then it was weird. Got back to our driveway, I saw his car, and I was like, that was his car. He drove through that neighborhood for some weird reason. So we get to the house. I said, babe, stay outside with the kids for a second.
I'm just gonna check.
I went through the garage,
Yep.
checked all the corners, checked all the hiding spots, went up to the first floor, checked all the spots,
Yep.
went up to the top floor, checked under the kids'
Oh, I've
beds.
swept the house a few times. Yeah.
And I'm doing it thinking, I'm such an idiot. Like, there is no, and just waiting to look around the corner and be like, aha,
Yeah.
Judy chop, something. But, yeah, there was no person
No.
in there.
Good.
We were playing. I think we had some friends over and we were playing some games.
Is this the
Yeah.
3 a.m. Yeah.
And they were
Because
leaving.
didn't I leave like right before that happened?
Yeah.
Yes, that was yeah. Go ahead.
And we were leaving. Friends were leaving at 3 a.m. And all of a sudden, my doorbell rings, and I thought, oh, Joey or whoever just
Forgot something.
yeah. And so I like look out the window, and it's a chick. It's a lady
Yeah.
That you don't know.
that I don't know, and it's pouring down rain at this point too.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh man, this is weird. So I go and get my gun, and I've got it behind the door.
Yeah, the classic. You crack the door and
Yeah,
you just
like,
say, "Hey,
check your
what do you
head out.
need?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put it
And she's
against
like-
the door where her head is, and you open the door.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
And she's like, I saw people leaving here. I need a ride. Can somebody give me a ride?
You're like,
At
no.
3 in the morning.
No, we can't.
I can give you a run somewhere. You can just
Yeah.
scurry
And
on
give
your
you
way.
encouragement to run.
I was very because I think we just had Cooper, and
Yeah.
I was very unhappy because
Well,
they
and
rang the doorbell.
There's so
Yeah.
many stories like that on these Ring doorbells now where a lady will show up at the door and be like, can you help me? My car broke down. And then
Yeah.
3 or 4 dudes rush
jump
in
you when you open the
and
door.
kick the door in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Christina's parents sold a car yesterday, and they just moved here recently, so they don't really have a bank here yet, and they got cash for it. So we took the cash to our ATM today, and then we're going to write them a check, whatever, long story.
Yeah.
But Christina jumped out of because she runs the stuff, right?
Yeah.
So she jumped out of the car, ran up to the ATM, and I'm watching, and there's 2 cars in the drive-through with like the tube thing, but the
Yeah.
tubes are closed. The bank is closed.
yeah.
And those cars are just sitting there watching people go through the ATM, which is sketchy to me.
Yeah.
And so I looked up and I'm like, that's weird. And so I always keep
Pistol around.
around or on me. A lot of times it's just with me.
Yeah.
And so like I was on super high alert because she's holding a bit of cash there.
Yeah.
And these people are just sketchy hanging out at the bank. And like, I start looking around and there's like another sketchy dude out in the parking lot in his truck. Like, and I'm
So
like,
it's after hours?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like people
Yeah.
shouldn't have been there, but they were.
You guys shouldn't have been putting that in an ATM. You should have went to the bank during.
That's what I
normal-
told her, but she's like, "Oh, we'll just use an ATM." I'm
No,
like,
it's-
"That's kind of dangerous."
If it's a
But
big stack of cash,
it was.
sometimes they won't take a certain amount.
It took it.
Should have waited till
That's
the
what
daytime.
I said. Thank you. Will you tell her next time you see her?
No,
Okay, cool.
I
Good
would
call.
not take your side
Good
in an
call.
argument.
Yeah, but everything went fine. Nobody did anything, obviously. But like I do it all the time. If I hear a noise in the night loud enough to wake me up, because I sleep hardcore,
Yeah.
I get up and I walk around the house and I go with a firearm
I
and
do.
like with a flashlight on it
Well, and
because I don't want to shoot anybody
I
on
don't usually
accident.
take firearms with me. That's where they are, is in my room. But at the same time, I'll usually grab like some type of beating stick.
You should really lead with because if they have a firearm and you have a beating stick.
Well, you should always have a weapon in every room.
Well, I do.
Hey,
That's
well,
what
you
I'm
can't
saying.
really do that when you get kids though. Like that,
Yeah.
that changes.
Especially 3 under 5.
Yeah. When it was just the two of us, yeah, I could do that.
They
but
stick
like,
their fingers in a box fan. They're not the brightest things, man. I was like, don't put your fingers in there. As soon as I walked up, 3 of them. Brrr, I was like,
ow!
yeah, all 3 of you did that at the same
Oh
time?
my gosh.
But yeah, what's your irrational fears, Joey?
Storms definitely was a big one. I had to stop watching the show House. Have you ever watched House?
Yeah, that's what I asked my wife, is that if that's what she was when I met
Oh, Kelly, is House accurate at all?
her. If she's not watching, she's falling asleep. But
Oh no.
but when I met
or
her-
Scrubs which one's more accurate, Scrubs or House? Because I've heard
Scrubs.
Scrubs is really accurate.
Scrubs is more accurate.
Yes, that makes me so happy. I love
House,
that
I
show.
said, she's like, I'm an infectious disease doc. And I was like, oh, like House? And she goes, first off, no one exists like that person.
You could not, right?
No,
Like he's
'cause
clear.
He has multiple variations of MDs that do not coexist as far as what he can do or whatever.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but maybe if she's awake.
But she
maybe
was
not.
like, there are a lot of doctors on pills, though.
"Oh, I'm sure about that." Yeah.
I'm joking. She never said that.
Oh, but I mean, that's happening. So I had to stop watching that show because I have this thing like if I have the slightest medical issue, I just go to, well, I'm gonna, I have brain cancer and I'm dying, or I have this and I'll be dead in 2 weeks and my kids will never see me and they won't even know who I am because they're so, and like I run down that track all the time now.
You're a
Of like,
hypochondriac.
You're the
I
guy
just-
that gets on WebMD and
No, I'm not allowed on WebMD anymore.
I got a cough. You got cancer.
No, I used to. I've been on WebMD in years and it's been great.
Kidney stone.
Yeah, right. But I'm not like a hype. Like I don't care about germs and like touching stuff. Like that part isn't. But once I get sick, it's just done.
Man
like
flu.
I freak out.
Joe, you're forgetting one that I know you too well.
My claustrophobia. I don't ride elevators.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't ride. Is that irrational? That's probably
You
irrational.
know, that
isn't it?
actually popped up in my memories the other day.
I do not
2 days ago.
like
popped up.
elevators. Where's the only place I ride an elevator?
Hospital.
Hospital. Yep. That's the only place because my theory is they need those to operate to work, and so if you did get stuck there, they're going to be really quick on getting you out because it's a hospital.
Funny story. I was watching a TikTok the other day. These people rented an Airbnb, and their kids got stuck in the house elevator.
Oh, I would never use a house elevator.
So they were talking through the crack of the door, trying to tell the kids how to turn the thing on. It was like 2 hours of them trying to explain to the kids how to get the elevator working. Couldn't do it.
How'd they
Funny.
get them out?
They showed up to the place they were renting to stay for the weekend or the week or whatever. It happened within 5 minutes of them being there. So they spent the first however many hours trying
That's
to get the kids out.
amazing. But yeah, elevators are a big one of mine. So we were in an elevator in the Cincinnati Enquirer building,
Yeah.
and it was like the freight elevator. And I was with Seth and Noah and Morgan.
Cole was there.
Cole,
Too.
Morgan was there, right?
Morgan was there.
And they all decide. I wrote it because it was like 25 stories, and I was like, guys, and I was sweating already before it started.
And then the chick that invited us there was with us.
the
and
lady is more
Sorry.
respectful to say
The
thank
nice
you.
She's not
lady
watching.
was with us, and so we had to be respectful.
And I was like, guys, please don't
Embarrassing.
mess with me. No, I don't care about
No,
that. I didn't want to
No,
get scared.
He made us ride the first elevator up, and then he rode up by himself.
Yeah,
to
I
get
did
up
do
to the
that.
floor.
That's a great idea. So I rode down with them. What they do? They started jumping.
no,
I panicked.
She hopped on with us, and there's the 5 of us, and then Joey and her got in, and then she only went a floor down. She was like, "Well, this is my stop," and then Joey looked at her like,
I thought she
"You're
was
getting
going
off?"
down with us.
And then me and Seth just looked at each
I lost my
other.
safety net.
And me and Seth just looked at each other, and we knew what we had to do. And so then Joey started begging for us to stop.
They didn't even jump. They kind of just threw their weight around. And
we were on the 24th floor, stopped at the 16th floor.
And some random guy
a
got on?
maintenance man got on. And he only went down 2 floors. The door opens. Joey's huddled in
When
the
he got
corner,
on, I was in the fetal on the ground, full body sweats.
full body sweating, yelling at us. And
Yeah.
the dude just looks at him and like smirks.
We all just kind of nodded
And
at
so
him.
then, like, it's really awkward and quiet. And he goes down 2 floors, and Joey just looks at the guy. Is there stairs? And the guy just turns around. Nope. Have fun.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
And so then me and Seth started jumping.
You jerks.
All these people are only taking it like 2 floors. They're like, yeah, if you go more than 2, it tends to crash. So
Yeah. No, Chris, I would never do that. At NYC, I don't ride the elevator. I was on like the 9th floor last time. I took the steps every time. I don't care. I just don't care. I'll take the steps, but I'm sorry. All right. Anybody else for Irrational Fears?
That was good. Irrational fear.
You all right?
You got to walk by sight.
Walk by faith.
Walk by faith, not
Yeah.
by sight. I got to quit eating these
You
things.
got to breathe by air, not by sunflower seeds. You good? You're coming up.
Do you want me to
Josh.
give you mouth to mouth?
I mean,
Whoa, that's a good one. Oh, Kelly, hey, which one's more accurate, Scrubs or House? Her Irrational Fears pressurized cans. That's a good one.
oh yeah, she's terrified.
Yeah.
of that crap.
That's perfect
She
for what we're
will
talking
not
about.
open a can of biscuits.
What if it blows up and like impales you?
it can impale
It
you?
absolutely can.
Pun.
I didn't even mean that.
Actually, one more I just thought about, like, because I don't get, like, it's an irrational fear, but I don't feel it a lot.
That's why you don't get it. It's irrational.
But, like, if I ever go to the gorge or when I go to Colorado or somewhere in the woods, I always feel like if I run into
Way different things.
if I run into like a bear or like a bobcat or something and it tries to attack me, like I always think about that.
Yeah. You're supposed to go in the fetal.
That makes sense. So have you heard of this? It's something, have you ever been out like at the gorge or somewhere and you're on the side of a cliff and you're in no way are you suicidal, none of that at all. But you just randomly get the feeling of like, I wonder what would happen if I just jumped off this cliff. Have you ever had that feeling
It's
before?
called the yeet feeling.
Is that what it's called? Is that
Yeah.
the medical
There's a
term?
real name for it. Have you had this feeling before?
No.
Brett? Never? Are you afraid of heights?
A little bit.
Okay, I remember that now, yeah. It's called the call of the void. And it describes the impulse to hurl yourself off into a void. Like you don't want to die, but you just get this weird impulse of like, oh, I wonder what that would be like. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with like being in a bad mental way. It's just like, I wonder.
Are you sure about that?
You ever just drive down the road, just like shake the wheel, like whoop, whoop, nope.
Oh, dude, when I drove 2 hours a day just to get to work and back, there was a lot of times I thought about just driving over across the median in traffic.
Brittany said Final Destination. Yeah, no one drives behind a logging truck because of Final
No.
Destination.
Have you guys ever looked at a shotgun and been like, what happened?
Oh, no, Brett. Come on,
hey.
man. Why you got to take it to the... Josh, do you have a
I
segment?
actually, no, time out. I worked with a guy at Perfect
No,
North.
we're not
That
about to...
Final Destination thing happened to him on the cut. No. He said he was behind, it wasn't a log, but it was like 2x4s going like the Home Depot.
No.
And he said it was going up the cut in the hill, and he was like behind it. He said, by the grace of God, he ducked down, and the wood piece went through his headrest.
No way.
And it's the same guy. 2 months later, his house got torn apart by a tornado.
Wow. Maybe we shouldn't hang out with that guy.
He's living your worst fears.
I used to ride in my buddy's cars with the windows down in high school, and we'd go by a semi truck, and I'd look over at the tire as my face is like right in it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, dude, wouldn't that suck if they had a big, huge blowout and just metal and tires just flying? out of the
I
car?
don't... Like, if I'm on the motorcycle, I won't ride next to a semi
And
because of that.
My buddy Dave would just be like, what is wrong with you? And slam the gas and like go off.
Why? What is wrong with your brain?
Why would you say that? Just lay there.
My uncle, when he was a kid, one of his uncles got sent to a war, and like his family was crying.
Like Vietnam?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what war it was, but my uncle was younger. My uncle Donnie.
Yeah.
And I remember him telling me the story. He's like, we were standing there in the airport watching him off, and like watching him fly off, and everybody's crying. And he said, "I'm a little kid," and I look up and be like, "Huh? Wouldn't it be something?" He says it out loud. Wouldn't it be something if that airplane crashed? And he said they all start like
Isn't it
shrieking,
ironic?
like
Yeah.
crying
Yeah.
harder.
It's like rain on your wedding day. Like a free flight.
Yeah.
Before you go to Vietnam.
Vietnam.
It's probably Vietnam if you were a little kid.
It was most definitely Vietnam.
No, wait, you wouldn't have been alive at Vietnam.
His
It was
uncle might have been.
Donnie, when he was a kid.
Gotcha.
Grenada.
Probably.
That wasn't even a war. That was just an operation.
But yeah.
Kelly's doesn't want to answer my question, I guess, because she is engaged.
You asked half of it. Kelly, honey, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's cool, man. It's whatever.
Joey wants to know what is more accurate, the show House or the show Scrubs.
And I really want it to be Scrubs.
If you can answer that.
But you don't have to.
I've already answered
You
it.
have the internet. Just look it up.
I want her opinion.
She's a real person.
She's a real doctor.
Yeah.
She's a learned doctor.
Yeah, man.
The internet's never wrong.
Let's prove that.
Yeah.
My segment.
Yeah.
Ready to get your ear holes blessed? Take it away, Josh.
What you said?
Get a charger.
Oh.
iPhone.
Chris Jackson.
Yeah.
Here.
Sorry, we're gonna charge
On
my
your
phone.
wedding day. Oh, that would be such a. He's so right.
Like my wedding day.
You're like, man, come on. Like,
I waited so long.
you couldn't give me one more day.
One more night.
Oh, we have a theory, or we have a
Scrubs.
yes,
Hands down.
yes.
Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Can't
You're the
believe you're-
best.
Can't believe you're still awake, even though you were asleep the whole time I was there.
Oh, okay. So your segment there, Josh. You want me to bleep him, Kelly? I got you. I'll throw a bleep in this segment for you.
I'm just Josh. Anyway, so it was a good segment, Joey. Way to go.
Thanks, man.
It's about time.
What's your segment about?
I'll tell you what my segment's about.
Got him. All right.
Got him. Bleep him, she said.
I won't do that anymore. I got him. I
Yeah.
got him.
It's okay if you do though.
I said hip hop, hip it hip hop, and you don't stop. Drop it to the bang bang boogie sit up.
Hold on. That's all we can do.
You can say anything you
I'm
want.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Especially in such an off tone that I use. Anyway, I'm going to talk about not that. I'm going to talk about what are they called? UAPs, baby. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. So yeah, UFOs are real, everybody. They're called UAPs now, unidentified aerial phenomenon. But UFO.
Why did they change it?
So that people take them serious.
Oh.
Because if you said UFO, they would not take you serious.
You mean
and be
people wouldn't take them serious?
like Joey? Let's not give.
Oh,
you
we are gonna get there.
You don't need a voice yet.
We are gonna get there.
But anyway, the Pentagon has put out
Just
all
gonna
of
put
their.
this up while you're talking.
The Pentagon has put out its actual things that they have about UFOs being real. But now, when I say UFO, I'm not saying aliens. I'm saying unidentified flying objects. And like I said, they changed that to UAP for unidentified aerial phenomenon, so that people take them serious, so that it's not as crazy as it sounds. So yeah, but basically, aliens are real, and the government's been covering it up, and now they're not.
UAP is a better description anyway, because we don't know it's an object. It's like there are things out there that could be like a phenomenon. Like it
Wait,
could,
did you just say we don't know that it's an object?
no, it could be a weather. It could be a weather happening that's not really like an object. It could be like a light reflecting. Like no one calls light an object.
That's what I'm saying, though.
It's a phenomenon.
Well, that's what they actually gave a definition for, because they released 144 cases that they have documented since 2004 till now. Oh, till 2021. Really? Babe?
She's in.
Kel?
You're so excited right now.
Her and I have never had this discussion, and I'm so happy right now.
Guys, I gotta go.
I do gotta go. Stay awake, babe. No,
Stay awake. Daddy's coming home.
Do we just suck, or is our live stream down?
Is it down?
0
Oh,
viewers.
did it just crash?
We're still good. I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just does says 0 on there.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh, it
people
went back to
still-
10. It just jumped back to 10. We're
So
good.
anyway, I'm so glad to hear you say that, babe. But the government, the Pentagon, released just the other day, as Trump was trying to go through presidency, he was trying to make them release all these documents that they have about Area 51, flying saucers, basically. But yeah, the government that we trust so dearly and trust them to keep us up to date on all the things that
they are
discover,
never wrong.
They
Ever.
released 144 documented cases of video cases, picture cases from our military that have taken pictures and or videos of spacecrafts, or not spacecrafts, but UAPs, that they're saying like, hey, we can't explain these, except for one of them. They could explain one out of 144 that it was a balloon, like a weather balloon that was falling. The other ones, they're like, we have no explanation for what these crafts are, and we're the head of like technology as far as the world goes. One of the heads, one of them.
It's crazy timing.
And we'll let you talk in a minute. But no, they released all this stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't explain this."
That's thunder. Holy crap!
Wow.
It might be an
coming.
That's a
airplane.
jet.
Yeah, that sounds like a jet.
That's thunder. That's our huge one.
Yeah, that's thunder.
So yeah,
He's
they're
right.
basically saying, yeah, since 2004 we've had these documented cases from our own people that's like, yeah, we don't know what these are. These things are jumping down into the ocean and then boom, rocketing up into the
I saw
atmosphere.
one of those.
In person or on the
No,
videos?
on the
Videos?
thing.
Isn't
And
that insane?
yes, it is
So
insane.
I saw where like yesterday, it's like I think it's the governor of Texas or Arkansas.
Abbott?
He's like he's leading like the charge of he wants to put
Into
this-
the ocean, we're gonna find them.
No, he wants to put it in the
Into
limelight of
the
like why aren't we
ocean,
looking
ended
in the
all-
Why are we not telling the people of America about
Well,
it?
you remember that
part
song?
of it's
Or the
that
people of the
America
world.
could not handle this information at all.
You remember Blue October?
Blue October?
The
Yeah,
band?
yeah.
I wanna swim away, but don't. No. Okay, sorry. go
Why
ahead.
don't we go after these objects? Like,
Because we can.
if we
barely
see them,
handle
why don't we
ourselves.
fly up to them?
I think they disappear when you try
Yeah.
to approach them
They have maneuvers that are beyond anything that we have as far as technology.
with like no heat
They
trails.
have
No
mirror,
heat
they have
trails. Like-
mirror panels. They can
Yeah.
blend in.
Allegedly, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah, they don't know the technology.
Yeah.
But these things are like I said, they would be going and they would be like, hey, let's try to chase that down. Just jumps into the ocean.
Like-
There's a real possibility.
People are
That-
going wild about it right now.
Yeah. If I was an alien and I was trying to live on the Earth without interfering with the Earth's population, you're going to live in the ocean.
Now that's
Like,
thunder.
like it's perfect.
I got a bold
Like
statement.
a sub aquatic. Like
Well,
you
and
could,
I'm-
if you went to the right place, you could have like a legitimate society there. Now
Yeah.
they don't because aliens aren't real. But we'll talk about that in a second.
But now, as far as aliens go, I'm not saying space creatures. Even I would believe space creatures, but I'm saying even just other beings that live below the surface of what we know. Like there's the ocean is like
We've only
85% of it we don't know.
15% of the ocean.
Yeah, we've discovered 15% of the ocean. There is stuff out there that we have absolute no clue, and we could never find.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about on here before how
We still don't know the intelligence level of cephalopods, right? Like octopi and all those.
well, what was the big movie director guy that was doing a documentary, and he took a sub down so far, like a robotic sub.
Oh my gosh, he directed Titanic.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
and,
I don't
and
know if it-
Avatar. That guy, he went into the Marianas Trench. He went in like a
Robert
tube.
something.
No, help us, people. If you can, we're all blanking here.
Is that Cameron? Something?
James Cameron. Thank
James
you.
Cameron.
Yep, we got that.
Well, like there was one of them that went down, and they found water at the bottom of the ocean. Like they went down and found
they
this
found
whole.
like a sub-aquatic river,
It was a whole beach of mussels,
and it had settled.
and they tried to push their sub into this black murky
Yeah.
muck, just like on SpongeBob, and it bounced off of it.
Yeah.
Its buoyancy was heavier than the.
That's
submarine.
why it's at the bottom.
Yeah, and it just kept it would
Yeah.
bounce off it, and there was like stuff down in there. It was moving around like an ocean, like
Yeah.
water.
So I got two bold things to claim out of this. For
Oh.
one, this either just proves Men in Black is based on a true story.
Wait, are you a believer or not?
100%.
Ooh, that was
Whoa,
thunder, boys.
That shook stuff on the wall.
I felt this pad, the acoustic tile next to me, like move.
That was some thunder.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be a sign that I should shut up. But
Ah.
Men in Black, based on a true story. Or two, it's just other governments or there's stuff out there that the government's making that they don't want us
I
to
could
know
see other
about.
governments lying to us too if they did have something crazy
Yeah.
like that.
So
They're going to say, hey, it's a UFO and let us believe that.
Yeah.
'cause they don't want to come out and be like, hey, we have this fancy
here's
new
the
thing.
thing:
But we would do that to them too.
the government is never going to tell you something.
Exactly.
They're never going to say we don't know about something like
They're
that.
not going to tell you till
unless
it's
it-
50 years
Yeah,
in the
unless it
past.
serves a purpose to them. Because think about it, it makes no sense for them to tell us about it and have no explanation unless they're using that for a different goal, right? Because otherwise it just causes pandemonium. Like it's the whole theory of if there was a huge,
Whoa,
we have a
YouTube
YouTube guy. It's the whole thing of if there was a meteor that was going to destroy the whole Earth, would our government tell us, right? Because we wouldn't know until very late in the game. And would they tell us? Because if there's nothing they could do about it, then what good would it be to tell everybody, right? And so I'm I'm not saying there aren't aliens. Earlier I was joking.
Yeah.
I buy that there's a, I'm not going to put a cap on,
Well,
and I'll even take it spiritually here, like
you could just read Seth's comment. and
billions
say,
of galaxies in the universe, black holes. Yeah, with it. Yeah. There's a lot of creation out there, and
It's very nicely worded. if
Yeah.
you wanna read
You
the
should
whole
really.
thing.
there are
cite your
billions of
text next
galaxies in
time
the
you
universe,
copy.
billions of black holes within each black hole. There's a whole galaxy filled with billions of planets and other black holes. There you go. So
That's
I'm
my
not
thought.
gonna. I don't think we should ever limit like the abilities of God. If He wants to create on a different planet too, I don't think that doesn't wreck my whole theology. I'd have to think it. I'd have to really think it out, and
Well,
like
I
it would
mean,
be.
You think about it, like the Bible we go by, the reason we have religion is the Bible, and that's just written down inspired by God, by humans. Like they're finding stuff nowadays that like goes back beyond civilizations that were supposed to exist. They're finding stuff like in the Amazon where this deforestation's happening, and they're finding full civilizations that have died off from probably smallpox.
Well,
things.
written history is not the norm for humanity.
Right.
It was oral history forever.
Yeah.
And so like there are people that but I don't think it like if we discovered alien life, it wouldn't necessarily wreck my faith. Is what I'm getting at. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just like, who am I to put a cap on what God's capable of?
Yeah.
Also, I've heard this theory of how creepy would it be if like we engaged with alien life and they were just humans.
that
that
were
just-
more advanced.
Yeah, just more advanced humans that and like they're like exactly us, but
Or
they
like-
just are way more advanced in another part of the galaxy.
Futurama.
Yeah.
Like how
Earth,
cool would that be?
Earth was an experiment. Just so you guys know.
Have you ever heard the theory that aliens are like made us and then
Yeah.
they use us as a reality TV show?
No, I've heard the theory of Mars being the original habitated planet and habitated, whatever, and that it would they killed it off and they sent people here to continue the human race, and that's what killed the dinosaurs.
Well, that's what.
That's not
what
true either.
Elon Musk said if we just put a little small nuclear explosion at both of the poles on Mars, that we could restart life there. Because it would warm everything up.
Yeah, I lean to you're right, Seth. I lean to the skeptical of aliens. Like I think that if I had to put my money on it, base my entire life on it, I'm going to say that this is a unique happening. That life is not the norm for the universe. That this is we just happen to perfectly be right where we need to be.
What if we're a subspecies?
Of what?
Like, what if we're technically like aliens are also the same thing as us, just different, like people?
That thunder is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Brittany hit it too. Like God is God, not yeah. We all are only seeing a part of the picture of creation. If you think about it, like not only can we not see the all of physical creation, but there's a whole spiritual
I
realm
guess
that we
what I'm
don't see
getting at is
either.
We're all animals, like we're like not dog animals, but humans are animals.
You and me know.
Aliens would be animals.
Finish it.
Chris Jackson with the hammer. We are a subspecies of God.
Ooh,
Boom, created in His image, baby.
that's right.
Yeah,
Shaq.
yeah. No, but I think
that
he's
a
saying
free
this.
throw?
He's saying the same
I
thing
can't
we
say
are.
Kobe anymore.
I think he's saying the
People
same
get
thing
upset.
we are there. But
Shaq's through
yeah,
break, so
I think
perfect
most
analogy.
UFOs are, what is it? UAPs?
UAP.
I think most UAPs are advanced military technology that we just we can't
No,
comprehend.
Yeah, that's what
The stuff that comes out
believe.
that the military shows us is 20, 30 years behind what they actually have.
I think it's either from a civilization at the bottom of the ocean or a civilization from out in outer space. That's my thoughts.
So you really think that could be a civilization on I buy
Yes.
that. I don't think either, but if it had to be one, I think it would be out of outer space more than it would be Seth, more than it would be here, because there's no way they could fly under the radar literally for that long,
I mean,
right?
I feel like there could be a civilization at the bottom of the ocean.
Totally.
What if they're not flying under the radar and we are not we're not
And we
advanced?
don't have the right radar.
No, we don't have the wherewithal
Skill
to we don't
Yeah,
have the
so we don't have
wherewithal.
what we need to pick them up.
We
Like-
is not smart enough.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we real dumb. No, I think there is a uniqueness to creation, though.
Yeah.
So like, I'm definitely, but
I have thought about that honestly, like how kind of like after the 50s we got really advanced, like space race stuff and everything. And
Yeah.
then everything kind of
That's a
like
good point.
we had supersonic flights, and
The
now
Mayans
like,
started Atlantis.
now we don't have supersonic flights or anything anymore. It's kind of just like what?
well, because supersonic flight wasn't realistic.
Also,
It
getting
was.
back to the fact of the Hadron Collider, they started that thing back up lately.
Oh, we really shouldn't be playing with that.
And,
That's a bad
well,
idea.
And do you know
Yeah,
that the Sphinx doesn't have open eyes anymore? The Sphinx in Egypt doesn't have eyes that are open anymore. They're closed. People are freaking out about it because they were like, what's
How do you
the
spell
eyes?
Sphinx?
Sphinx?
I got it.
Yeah.
Sphinx.
But yeah, there's a thing going around now ever since the Hadron Collider started doing a thing that were its eyes ever open, the eyes are closed. They said it's the oncoming of the end of time once the eyes are closed on the Sphinx. Yeah, there's a whole big thing about that as being a Mandela effect right now.
What are we playing with?
Wait, why?
Oh, the Hadron Collider. Remember we talked about that on the show?
Throwing atoms together.
Yeah, they're basically trying to create a black hole. And they created this giant machine.
I don't want to vote. I just
It's
want
like
to read this
13
article.
miles under England. Or
They
something
ran
like
it.
that.
They ran it a long time ago, and that's back when people started talking about the Mandela effect of like things are not like what we used to remember.
Right.
Well, they stopped running it to do upgrades to it, and they just started running again in April. And like it hadn't ran for so many years, and now they're running it again, and now there's look at those eyes. No, I'm just kidding. We're looking on the internet now, but yeah, they just started that Hadron Collider again too. So like, there's going to be more Mandela effects.
I think that, and I think
is the theory.
so. I watched this documentary the other night. You ever heard of 3 Mile Island
Oh,
out in Pennsylvania?
No.
It's considered the
Yeah,
America's worst nuclear
Yeah.
disaster.
Oh, okay, yeah.
it was photoshopped.
Well, yeah, that one was.
Egyptian authorities. No, like even the original story one.
Oh, people
Egyptian
talking about it.
authorities immediately responded to it
But
with a real picture and
It
its eyes
came
were
out
open.
around the
I hate
time
the
of like
internet.
saying if you play with nuclear energy, that if the reactor melts, it can send a hole through China, and they called it the China effect or something like that.
Like through the Earth down to
Like
China.
it would melt through the core of
I
the
feel
world.
like that would be a
Go
problem.
to China, and then I don't know. It's crazy.
Ugh. So yeah, aliens. I lean toward probably not. Just being honest with you,
No,
I lean
that's
toward
fine.
probably not.
You can say whatever you want to say, but
Yeah.
I believe in aliens.
That's okay. I don't think that makes you crazy.
Oh.
I think they're
Thanks
out
for
there.
bringing it up. I didn't
Yeah.
think it did either.
Yeah. This is an interesting Podbless. Let's get to it.
Podbless your heart.
We really need to make a new one of those. Make it more exciting.
I'm gonna make a beat.
Do it.
We need an old lady to do it.
Can we please
Lordy
get Phyllis
mercy.
to do it?
God bless
Can
your
we
heart.
Oh my
get Phyllis
goodness,
to do it.
Phyllis would be good at that. Yeah. Here we go. Let's bring it on home. We're back to 0, but I think there's still people watching. That
There
keeps
are.
tweaking out. Podbless tonight. A Kentucky man. This is from Wayne County, Kentucky. I like when we hang out at home.
Wayne County?
Is behind bars, this is the sentence, people, for allegedly shooting his mother during an argument over an Xbox controller. Wait for the landing on Mother's Day.
Okay.
If you're going to shoot your mom,
Happy Mother's Day.
don't do it on Mother's
I
Day.
have a way better plan.
I mean,
than that.
don't shoot your mom, obviously, but if somebody check it, make sure we're still on there because we did. Yeah.
She just said, yes, Phyllis.
Yeah. So this guy shot his mom over a fight about an Xbox controller on Mother's Day that I believe he gave her. We'll get to that. Investigators received a call Sunday night of a woman suffering a gunshot wound that was being transported to a hospital. The victim's son, I can read his name, I guess, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
22-year-old Jacob Small got into an argument with the victim, his mother.
I said rechargeable batteries,
His
woman.
mother.
I said I wanted the pink one.
Oh, Seth, I like messing with the sound. Get off my back. He gave her an Xbox controller for her Mother's Day gift, and they got in a fight about it. And so as she was leaving the home in a car with another innocent woman, he fired a .22 caliber rifle at her, striking her. At least he's a good shot, I guess.
People are-
Lucky shot.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, finish the story. and then
Okay.
I'll
Well,
say-
it's on. He was arrested on charges of attempted murder / domestic violence, first degree assault, domestic violence, and second degree criminal. I can't read criminal mischief, and is currently in jail. His mom, the condition hasn't been released.
I wonder where she got shot. Like, was it like a foot?
It doesn't say. 22s are hard to. That's a hard gunshot wound to fix because the bullet's so small.
Brad Salyer said, Mom, bring me the cheesy puss and the Xbox controller.
The meatloaf.
I had to read it the right
Yeah.
way.
Go ahead, Brett.
We're not getting the full story here. What if he bought her an Xbox controller, and they have a PlayStation? and
Oh.
she was like, "This is you idiot!" Like she just belittles him the entire day.
So you think she made him feel
Yeah.
small?
Right.
because
Well,
that's
he's
his
22.
'cause that's
Why is
his
she taking
name.
His, Xbox
His name's
controller?
small.
I
Right.
don't know.
So she's like, "Hey, idiot! I have a PlayStation, not an Xbox. Stupid."
Seth just dropped one of the best comments ever. She's alive, not a good shot. So wait, so you think that buying the wrong console's controller warrants being shot?
No, what
Oh,
I'm
okay,
saying
okay.
is the mental abuse that this kid took all day from his mom.
So
belittling
mental
him.
abuse
Yeah.
Well,
justifies being shot?
Yes.
Now, people can't see this, but we're looking at the news article, and the kid's white. So clearly, his mother must have been another ethnicity because this has to be a hate crime.
You think it's a hate crime?
It has to be. It's in the news.
It's,
Sorry, that's me hating on the news.
the news has been
Where even
so
is Wayne County?
so bad recently. Just so blatantly. I don't want to get into it. We
And
shouldn't.
also, it kind of sucks. Like, if you're gonna get charged with attempted murder, like with a 22,
if you shoot
at
a
least,
gun
like-
at someone and hit them, you were
at
attempting.
least get your money's worth out of the charge, I guess.
No, that's a legitimate court thing because they used to try to argue that, and I can't remember what case it was, but it set the precedent that people were saying, well, just because I shot at them didn't mean I wanted to kill them, and it was decided and made precedent that no, if you point a gun at someone and pull the trigger, your intention is already declared, like you
Yeah.
meant to kill them.
Yeah, I'm still going with the mom was probably being.
There's more to it.
Here's what I think. He bought her the Xbox controller. Thought she wouldn't accept it because she doesn't even have an Xbox, right? He does. He actually bought it for himself because he's a bad son. And he thought he would just get to keep it. And he was trying to say he got her a gift. And she called his bluff and said, you know what? I'm taking this. And he's like, Mom, you don't have an Xbox. I don't care. You gave it to me for Mother's Day.
Down by
Oh, so it's
Tennessee.
near Tennessee. Okay.
Yeah. And he got mad because he's like, well, crap. Now I don't have an Xbox controller. And she went to leave. And he's like, I guess I got to shoot her.
No.
It's like
No.
two hours and 45 minutes away
I-
from us. We could make a trip down there and ask him.
Should we get him on the show?
Let's try it.
Get him
Let's
on?
go for it.
FaceTime. Does it have his
We're
app on
his
there?
lawyers.
Yeah.
Well, you gonna not let me talk to my clients?
Yeah.
Hey, come on now.
Busol, Funk, and Zephali or whatever
Well,
that
time out. I think we missed over a key step here. He was leaving. She was leaving the house with another woman.
Yeah, it
As-
was the daughter who bought her a really good Mother's Day gift.
It was her estranged lover. It's still Kentucky,
Maybe
so it
she
could be her
like
sister.
regifted
and-
the
Yeah,
controller
all
and
those
he
things
got
should be the
mad.
same. Once you give someone something, what they do with it is not anything you should be mad about. You gave it to them.
The news never gives you the full story.
Also true, but I mean, Seth, she beat him in Madden for sure.
That's
Could have
what
happened.
Called
FIFA,
it.
he got rocked in FIFA by his mom.
She
She was talking mad trash.
She was using the controller and she got pissed. and
YouTube
threw it up
comments
against
for the
wall.
win.
Yes, yeah.
YouTube.
No, she
comments
took
for
it
the-
with him, with her.
Did
Oh,
she?
she could have taken it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're just so disrespectful. I made a pot roast and you're over here eating a bologna sandwich. I'm taking your Xbox controller.
It was
I got that
probably
for
a
you,
ghost
Mom.
gun.
Bam!
And he shot her.
Yeah, sorry,
Probably a ghost
Facebook.
gun.
I didn't mean
I
to
mean,
do that right at the camera.
How messed up?
Reported.
Like how messed up do you have to be? Like think so. Like
Honestly,
It's
for
bad.
The area it's in, I believe. it.
right, like it's bad if you hit somebody, but in a moment you can just not. You can lose it and hit somebody. You have to go through multiple like steps to get to, okay, I'm going to go get the gun. I'm going to go make sure it's loaded. I'm going to point it at someone and shoot them.
How old is he?
He was 22.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you have to go through lots of steps there where you get to decide maybe I shouldn't do this. It's not like just one-off punch, which would be bad too.
She should have
But-
kicked him out of the house when he turned 18, just like normal parents should.
Probably that. You're right. Well, no, I shouldn't judge him by his hair, but it's bad.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
well,
there's-
it's
there's
a prison
something
shot. He didn't have it fixed up.
And
I
he
bet
just
if
shot his mom
I
on
bet
Mother's
if he
Day.
put moose in it, it would look nice.
But if they make up, they have a great story for next Mother's Day.
Where he's
Yeah.
at.
You think this
She'll
Mother's
always have
Day
a
is
good
crazy?
scar
Hey,
to
Mom,
remember.
I got you a necklace with the bullet.
Yeah. She gets him a box of 22s.
Like
He gets her
Casey.
that. And then, yeah, you think this Mother's Day is crazy.
She should get him like targets for target practice.
Yes, since you miss me.
And
Here,
then
I got-
shoot him back.
Yeah,
Here, I got you a 9mm, a real man's gun.
yeah. No more than 22 stuff.
Here, I got you some.
Is there like another story that like has more information on this?
No, that's all we got.
She's like, here, I got you some range passes to
Yeah.
to Point Blank over there.
Yeah, it's not Point
Uh,
Blank anymore. They
you
changed the
need-
name.
Really? They
Yeah,
got a new name?
yeah. It's
Straight something.
Kate.
shot?
No, Carrie. I'll look it up.
I didn't know they changed. I guess I stopped getting emails from him. But yeah, she does that and then
Oh,
shoots him
it's
in the leg.
Range USA.
Range USA. Thank you.
Huh.
No. Yeah.
Everybody's
So-
switching their names. So who we're going to bless? The mother, the passenger that was with the mother, aka her lover.
Yeah, I wonder what her point of view is.
If you're a mom that got shot on Mother's Day by your son, you get blessed.
Yeah, good point.
I mean,
point.
that's just
I think we'll call a
right.
audible on that.
mother of maybe the worst child ever.
Pod bless your heart.
She technically got 2 gifts in on Mother's Day.
He gave her the controller and the bullet.
Lead poisoning.
Happy Mother's Day.
It's a good movie. Stop or my mom will shoot. That was a movie. That was a good one.
I've heard it, yeah.
Sylvester Stallone. You know, there was a
Seth is right. 45 caliber is God's caliber.
Stop or my mom.
Whew, we are not going to make it before the next
I
round,
hope you
boys.
can hear that on the pod. We got 4 viewers.
Anybody want to take me home?
Did you know the movie 30 Minutes Away?
I give you gas money.
You're sleeping here in the dark by yourself,
Anyway,
bud.
Stop or My Mama Shoot with Sylvester Stallone. That was a practical joke that he was on that movie because Arnold Schwarzenegger had heard about the movie and said, this is the worst idea ever. And then he went and talked to Sylvester Stallone and was like, yeah, this movie sounds so awesome. And he's like, they've got me in the picks for to do this role. And he had told him, hey, go check with Sylvester because I'm not going to do this. But then he told Sylvester Stallone, hey, this movie sounds great. I can't wait to hopefully get on board with it. So when they came to Sylvester, he took the movie.
Without even, like, looking
and
at it?
Arnold was laughing about it because he got him all hyped up about it and knew it was a horrible movie. It was still a fun movie for the 80s, but at the same time, it was really dumb.
Yeah.
Because she carried a big, dirty, hairy revolver. But
1 hour. Look at that.
it's right at an hour.
Yeah, literally. Just hit it.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
I'll do our little spiel here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. If you're listening out there, make sure to go out there and rate and review on Spotify. We now are on Spotify with video.
Yeah,
If you
and still
want-
audio.
And still audio.
Yeah.
If you want to watch us live, Spotify is the best platform for that now that we can do video. Because if you want to watch, you can watch.
I like Apple Podcast.
But then listen, you're watching on video, you click off the screen if you have to do something, it keeps playing the audio.
What?
Yeah, you can be watching the video.
Is it still streaming the video, though? So I have to have...
No,
really? It
yeah.
switches to
You can download
audio?
it. You can download it all and then just be watching the video, click off of it to do something and still listen, and then come back and keep watching
That's
the video.
pretty cool.
Yeah, Spotify's
Unlike
pretty awesome.
YouTube, which when you close it,
Well, you
it
can
stops
pay.
the...
I
I'm
pay
not
I
paying
pay
for
YouTube
that.
Premium. It's awesome.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah. But anyway, go check us out on Spotify if you want to watch
Yeah.
us on video there. It's a pretty awesome platform for it. Leave a rate and review. If you
Do it.
are on a platform looking at our stuff through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, especially on Facebook, you can leave a rate and review. You can rate us as a 5-star thing or a 1-star, whatever you want to do. Do that kind of stuff for us. It helps us get out to other people. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, go out there and leave a review, leave a rate. Just do it real quick. It doesn't take much time. It will help us out tremendously. Share us with some friends. If you see this video, it doesn't have to be live. Share it out. Catch us next Thursday. Share that when we start it up at 9:30 or so.
You can also find us on OnlyFans.
No, stop. We need to trademark that before we keep saying it. Someone's gonna steal that, and we're gonna be really mad.
But yeah, check us out on there. Share us with some friends. We really appreciate your help that you do for us, and so we can really take off and be something. But
Yeah,
that's all I got to say.
me too. All right, you guys good?
I'm good.
All right, well then I'm Joey,
I'm Josh.
I'm Brett.
I'm Ben Speakman.
and this is
Pod
Podbless. That was funny.
Yeah, we got through that one. That was a lot of stuff going on. I'm surprised it was just an hour.
Watch controversy.
Yeah.
What was what?
Watch controversies.
Controversy.
Are we gonna die on the drive home?
You
We
could-
aren't.
You're driving a church van. That thing's a death trap.
Don't God.